Al is calling from Stoughton.
Hey, Al, how are you? Al.
Yes, Governor, how are you?
Al, I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good.
I have a question in reference to GIC.
Yeah.
And why is it at 70% that the people have to approve it at each union?
You should say what GIC is.
Yeah, GIC, for those who don't know, is the state employee health care program. It's called the Group Insurance Commission, I think it's called. Yes? The question Al is asking is about a provision in a portion of a bill called the the Municipal Partnership Act. Excuse me, Al, I got a little cotton mouth right here. Which the legislature passed that enables municipal employees, local employees, to come into the state health care system. And it's a very good idea. It's an offering. It's a way to offer local communities savings in their own fiscal management, but a condition is that the unions, if the employees are unionized, and in most municipal cases they are, they have to they have to agree to come in. And Al, it's that way because that was the deal we could get. And we said that we would try it that way, and if it didn't work, we would come back and revisit it. So far, a number of communities have come in. I heard about one community, I think it was Royalton, that saved almost $1 million by coming into GIC on an annual basis, money they can use to hire or retain teachers and police officers and otherwise invest in local services. But we're going to watch this and give it a little time. It's only been in effect a very short while. And then if we need to make it a more robust, or I put it differently, an easier way for local communities to come in, then we're certainly open to that.
Al, thanks for your call. Governor, you've had sort of a rocky road. Some good days, some bad days with the Speaker of the House. There's almost not a week that goes by you don't open the Globe or the Herald, and there's not another story about an investigation into some personal relationship the Speaker had with a guy who ended up being a lobbyist or a developer or something. The other day he admitted to Frank Phillips that his original representation that he had never spoken to developer Jay Cashman about these wind farms was in fact untrue. What's your reaction? We find out today his friend, campaign treasurer, who was involved with these ticket brokers, said he got no money. The ticket broker said he got $60,000. The Macy said, I never talked to him about it. Refuses to testify in front of the Secretary of State so the public can know what's the truth here. How do you react to this whole DeMacy mess that has been going on for months?
Well, let me first say the Speaker and I are in a really good place right now. We've got a lot of very important initiatives that we're working very closely on, and they're going to move out or have moved out. They were going to move out soon or have moved out recently of the legislature, and I'm grateful to him for that, and I appreciate his partnership. Never, even when we have differed sharply on policy issues, have I taken a cheap shot at the Speaker or presumed to replace my opinion for the workings of the various agencies or commissions or other authorities who have responsibility for doing these investigations and getting to the bottom of it. And I'm going to leave it at that. The Secretary of State is looking at aspects of some of these issues. The Ethics Commission is as well, and they will work their way through, and I will respect those outcomes.
How about one that did involve you, though? There was a software contract, $13 million. I think we're getting the money back from Cognos, IBM,
right.
Where basically DeMacy's response, other than the fact he had friends placed in lots of positions, is, hey, I had nothing to do with this. Go talk to Deval Patrick. He's the one that awarded the contract.
Well, we called the Inspector General in because as we looked at it, we were not convinced that the bases for awarding the contract in the first place were appropriate. And it was on the basis of the Inspector General's report that we then went back to Cognos and said we need to undo this contract and we want the money back.
Do you have any questions about DeMacy's credibility in these matters?
I think that, Jim, I know what you want me to say.
No, I'm asking you a question. You can say whatever you want to say.
Jim, don't act like it's an innocent question. But just to finish the point, we called the Inspector General in. We worked it out with Cognos. That was the right way to do it. And the question about the Speaker's involvement or non-involvement, that's all being examined by other authorities, and let them do their job.
Fair enough. 617-822-1969. Brief break. Final round with the Governor today.
Austin's Talk Evolution, 96.9 WTKK.
Welcome back to Ask the Governor. This is the Governor here with Jim and Margery, and we have have time for a couple more calls.
Yep.
I'll go to Steve in Cambridge. Steve?
Hi, Steve.
Afternoon, Governor Patrick.
How are you?
Jim and Margie.
Hi.
Governor Patrick, according to the Department of Public Health, the mentally ill and the poor smoke at a far higher rate than those better off. Many of them are unable to quit. So my question is, wouldn't a proposed $1 increase in the cigarette tax, which we all know is quite high to begin with, be a greater hardship on these people? And is it fair to balance the state budget on them by taxing them alone?
Well, if you're talking about the House proposal to add $1 per pack and its impact, and I support that. I think that from what you said, I didn't know the stat from the Department of Public Health that you referenced. It sounds like there's going to be that additional impact, and I don't think it is correct to say that this is about balancing the state budget on their backs alone. There's a lot of shared pain and shared benefit in the budget that we submitted and in the budget that's working its way through the House and the Senate right now. I know that there are people who oppose this additional tax. I don't think it's out of line, by the way, in the region. But yeah, I do support it, and if it comes to me in the form I last saw it, then I expect to sign it.
Hey, Governor, we're very short on time. All the emails will eventually get answered. A woman, I think it's Bev, says, we have a small business in Massachusetts. We have 8 trucks on the road. Now, with fuel prices being so high, we're getting killed. And I heard on TV last night you are raising parking ticket and other motor vehicle fees. Do you really think this is a good time to do this?
I think that's the city of Boston, not...
Nothing on the state front?
Not Massachusetts, no.
Okay, Governor, we have a minute left. And if I may, because we will... Inside, anybody...
You have an expression of mischief on your face.
That's not really mischief.
A little bit.
All emails will go to the governor's office. Those of you on hold, if you give your phone number to John Rooney, someone from the governor's office will be in touch to find out what your question was. Michael Graham is a host on this station, who I think I believe maybe a year and a half ago, when he wasn't feeling well, he actually said something good about something you did. He's not a huge fan of your policy.
Why'd you call him a right-wing nut?
He is a right-wing nut.
Wacko.
He runs in today like a little boy, saying, I was at the Pops last night, Pops, and Deval Patrick was there and was unbelievable reading Casey at the Bat. So as a favor for our audience, Michael Graham and us, we have printed out the end of Casey at the Bat, and we're wondering if you will treat our listeners to the final 2 paragraphs as you did last night.
All right,
you willing to do that?
You're handing this to me now?
I am. Well, you did it last night, so you should know what the hell you're doing.
Well, just so the listeners know what we're talking about, there was a Pops performance last night with Casey at the Bat with the Pops as background music, providing this extraordinary background music to this poem, and I got to narrate the poem.
Were you nervous?
I was.
It's a different kind of deal, right?
It is a different kind of deal.
Okay,
also,
pressure's
there's a
on.
lot of sound around you. All right,
Don't screw this up, okay?
But well, I don't have my musical accompaniment.
Do the best you can.
Jim will sing.
All right, these are the last two stanzas. The sneer had fled from Casey's lip. The teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing and little children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out.
Oh, let's hear it for the governor. Now, you said next month you'll be reading from your memoirs on our show. Is that correct?
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for being here, Governor Deval
Again,
Patrick.
all the emails will go to the office. They will be answered. Those on hold are...